All right. Let's see. What's up? What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for hopping on with me real quick. I'm only gonna be on for about 30, 45 minutes, right? We just gonna drop some knowledge real quick. We're gonna drop a little science, right? A little metaphysical ascension info, right? Because if we ain't trying to get up out of here, what we doing, right? If we ain't trying to be the change we want to see, what are we doing, right? So we got about 12 in the crib. Hold on a second. See, this is how important that is. I'm getting a phone call right now as I'm getting ready to drop this. That's letting y'all know you about to get some. You about to get a call. You about to get a message, right? Yeah. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. So, and what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm gonna just jump into this update real quick. You know what I'm saying? Got something to do with the babies, and we're gonna watch some movies, going old school. It's like, hey, it ain't nothing like when your son come to you and be like, Dad, let's watch basketball movies. I'm like, who are you? He's like, I'm your son, man. Oh, I love it. Because we are the things that we create, and we create, whether we know it or not. Remember, we create by the very being, by being here, we are creators, is what I'm trying to say. So with our mouth, we are creating constantly, right? So, one of the things that was just pressed on my heart is that the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Now, there are two applications to this. Can y'all hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, throw that 13 off up in there for me. Let's get that. Let's bring that divine mama energy in here, because y'all know that is present. That is here right now. That is here right now, right? So that most highest frequency of the divine mother energy, right? Like we all should be anchoring that in, especially with Venus now rising. So what does that mean, right? What should we be pulling from that consciously? Because remember, when this stuff happened, this is not meant to be worshipped etherically. It's not meant to be worshipped etherically. It's meant to be studied etherically. So in other words, why are these things named what they're named? Because they're all forms of consciousness, as above, so below. Thus meaning this. These are all forms of consciousness. And they take their form, their physical form here, just like you are a form of consciousness, and you are taking your physical form here, just like your consciousness resides in the stars above, which are and is light, which is consciousness, right? See, my crystal children know what I'm talking about, right? The indigos, they just get it. Because see, indigo energy knows about storing information in crystalline technology. So it's just, something that you know innately, right? Thank y'all for those 13s. Thank y'all for bringing in that divine mother energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because, here we go. Let's go ahead and take this ride, right? This action of intercourse. So, getting off the potter's wheel, WHEEL, right? See, when I was in seminary school, let that settle for a minute. But when you go to seminary or seminary school, they try to inject their seed into your fertile womb called your mind. And in that interjection or injection or ejaculation of their opinions and their reviews and ideologies, they distort your truest and highest version of self. Like the whole theology is based on that, right? The whole principle, the whole precipice of the theology is based on that. All Abrahamic religions, because it doesn't matter which one you're in, they're all grouped together, and everybody gonna realize that in 2024. You can't make this up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, mother. Mm. Everybody gonna realize how unified these Abrahamic religions are, were, and always have been, because they all come from the same source. And if they all have the same root, they are of the same beginning. That means they will have the same ending. So they will be used for the same purposes. This is why we had to make a mass move out of the church, right? Out of that circle of consciousness. But I digress a little bit. So we're on the potter's wheel. And when I was in seminary school, they taught us that was one of the biggest, themes that we had to kind of emphasize when we were teaching the congregation. That pretty much low key, it was all God's fault. God, right? So, in teaching that it was all God's fault, or you were on the potter's wheel and you were being formed and created into something new. And remember, there are two applications to this, all right? But we were taught that in that seminary that we were all being formed into these new creations, and that's why everything was so hard. It was something outside of ourselves that was making this road so hard. And it was like I had this surreal moment where I came into the immediate awareness of how that immediately siphons and harvests energy from you. I mean, I didn't understand it to the depth that I understand it now, but something rung a bell within me, ding, 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 ding. Like, that ain't right. Something, I just feel wrong in here. See, being on the potter's wheel is being here now and pulling your energy through the zoo wheel, the zodiological wheel, right? The astrological, what we call astrological wheel. See, we're on the potter's wheel, or we're in the time matrix. See, from the oversoul view, looking down into this energetic structure, your soul energy is being emanated through what we call constellations. And the residue that you see as light is your residue. So, if you come through and you say, oh, I am a Leo, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion, right? My bad, side note. Just loving my energy coming through right now, right? But if you're gonna say I am a Leo, right? Je suis un Leon, right? I am a lion. I am Leo, right? So if you're gonna say that, right, then understand why your consciousness is pulling in that form of thought, that frequency, that vibration, because there's an aspect of you that was left as residue as you were aspected or emanated through that. So imagine like there's a light, like you got a flashlight, right? And you do cutouts on this side, and you just kind of put it up and you shine the light through, and it shows on the wall, right? Like projects on the wall. It's like that. So you're being projected through your soul energy into this body, this temple. Pretty cool, right? Amazing biotechnology. But when you get on the potter's wheel, you're getting formed into something and you don't know what it is. And it takes you for a hell of a ride, because if I'm a Leo, I'm supposed to be acting like this. I'm supposed to be thinking like this. I'm supposed to be wanting these things and seeking these, but something's wrong. I don't feel like I really want that. I mean, I hear what it say I'm supposed to be, but something's just wrong with that, right? Because internally that going to go get this information is sort of like your handbook of instructions as to why you came here and what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it. You low-key know this already internally, but how do you actualize it when there's already been a deception afoot? When your instructions have already been skewed, right? See, this is what I speak of when I say that the Pope came and changed the times and started a whole new papal or paper timeline. And on the paper, it's a certain date. On your digital clock, it's a certain time. See, that's why they had to get rid of analog, because analog went tick, tock, tick. And you can sit there, you can look. If you really were a student, a student of it, and you could be studious enough, and you would sit there and look at it, you could actually see the second hand tick, right? All the way around. I used to watch a grandfather clock. I don't know, it was soothing or something. I don't know. But I would just sit there and watch this thing, right? But the analog is the quote unquote old system, the natural system, the way of receiving things, right? And George Bush Sr. told you, he told you, I find no world order. And when we have this new world order, and we will be successful, right? Douche Swab told y'all, he said, hey, I'm on bad day, his name is something like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? He said, you ain't gonna have nothing, no thing, and you're gonna like it. You know, I feel like one of those videos, you know, when you sit there, you look at, you like, oh shoot, oh you just got slapped, and you're like, oh what y'all gonna do? Oh y'all just gonna take that L? Oh wow, that was humanity. But see, they didn't understand that that was part of the awakening process that was gonna bring this mass hypnosis to an end. It's over, done, and you're done, right? So being on the potter's wheel means that you're being formed into something and you don't know what it is. So if you're here to follow a script, and that script tells you mentally, right? It's all taking place in the mind, right? Because you're meant to play this part. I mean, you were made for it, right? Because there's only one you, and there's only you can do what you came here to do because you got that part to play. And some of us choose to play that part, and some of us choose not to play that part, right? And it's your choice. Like that's the whole twin flame journey. Like a lot of us didn't understand that twin flame journey, right? Right. Because it looked one way, but see, when you're looking in a mirror, you're having something reflect back to yourself, to your cells, and it's you, because you have to be able to identify the darkness that is within that you identify with. You have to be able to know, because when you know, you can grow. And when you grow, you can go sow. And when you sow, you're going to get more and more and more. Bars. Your alignment with the vine. And when I say the vine, I'm not talking about DEVINE. I'm talking about THEVINE, the vine, the true vine, which is direct alignment with the etheric realms. That is the vine, the universal tree. Feel me? So, part of the vine, which runs from this etheric realm up to the higher etheric realms. Because, see, some of y'all are being aspected from the ninth ether. That's true. Like this part of you right now is the aspect. So, it's from the ass end of who you are. This is why we talk about higher self and higher vibrations, being part of that higher self, the higher union within, right? So, are you the transmuter, or are you being transmuted? Because, see, if you're on the potter's wheel, you are being transmuted. You are being transed or passed, pushed, turned, right? Y'all get it? Muted. Shh. Your vibration, your frequency, your output is being muted because it's going to be transferred. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's a soul game. Everything you do, Everything you do is a soul. It calls soul energy. Do yourself a favor and watch that movie with I think it's Justin Timberlake, Out of Time. Understand something. Time is a currency. Because when you get into that frame of mind, that frame of reference, then you're gonna understand it ain't a game no more. You're gonna understand all that you lost. And then you're gonna start thinking like, damn, all that time I could have been gaining this energy back. But I was focusing on the wrong thing because this is not about y'all listen, we at the end game. Like this is why all of us have come. Yes, I'm using sexual term. We all have come because you have to be able to come forward. You have to be able to present yourself to be able to have a unified explosion within. But we all have come to the point where we understand what's going on. Whether we admit it or not, whether we rock with it or not, what's going on is going on. And that is the complete breakdown of the matrix because it is their matrix. And they have determined that they are resetting their matrix. That is not the ultimate reset, but over these next 20 to 25 years, you best to be knowing what's going on. It's going down for real. Right? It's like that's why we're here right now. That's why AI is here right now. That's the end game. I've been telling y'all that for a minute. AI is the end game. That's what always comes in at the end. Because the moon is the ark of the covenant or the coven. And see, you don't have to believe me. As a matter of fact, see, I pulled these out because I kept kind of getting these cards. But I want to show y'all something. And like most of y'all know tarot, right? Y'all know the tarot, right? From my people over in the UK. I'm telling you, man, like I love watching like the UK tarot readings. All my family over there, I love y'all. It's so amazing watching the readings over there because we say words so different, but yet we're all so aligned, right? We all have played these parts in each other's lives, and we've finished up so many past lives, which are actual timelines that are running right now in record. That's why you remember them. I'm going to say that again. Past lives are not past lives as in they happened a long time ago and you weren't a part of nothing else but that one line. No, it happened as in your consciousness was actually in that timeline, in that frame of reference. But now your consciousness is in this now, in this time in reference. There's always only ever now. Time is a construct of your mind. There is only ever now. Like sit with that with the power. Like before we even move on, like anchor that in. Pull that vibration into your body and lock it away in the cells. Arrest it and put it into the cells. Let the outward forms of what surrounds you, allow these forms to instruct you because that's what they're doing. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, only if you have eyes to see and ears to hear. Can you see what I'm saying? See, your third eye been open. You just didn't know what it was. They told you needed to open it. Because they always tell the truth, I know. But I'm going to get back to transmuted, being the transmuter versus being transmuted, right? Because we're going to get in a few minutes. But check this out. I just want to show y'all I went and grabbed a couple of my moon cards from the tarot. When I say the moon is the arc, I want y'all to really see this. And forgive me for like not having the names of them. But do y'all see that? Go watch the movie Elysium. Elysium. They show you the arc on Elysium. I don't know if you can see that, but do you see that there's something in front of that? Or right behind it, I should say, sitting in the crest. See, they show you this when they show you Isis. They show you the feminine energy. And she got the horns right, and the sun is sitting right in the midst of that horns. And, you know, a lot of people thought it was something that it wasn't. But I'm telling you what it was. It's the ark. That is the Ark of the Covenant. Look at this one. Can you see the crescent? The arc? See the thing that looks like a softball or a baseball or a basketball right there in the middle? Y'all hang with me for a minute. I'm going somewhere with this. This is by far the clearest one. Can y'all see the horns of the bull? Can you see the sun? The circular object in the horns of the bull? Isis, you see that? Genetics, Isis, Genesis, Isis, the ark. Right there, yo. That is what the eye is. That is what it looks like an eyeball. See how many different references you can make with that CBS, tele broadcasting. See how many symbols you can make with just that when you just open your eye. Do y'all see what I mean? That is the crescent moon. That's why it's such a symbolic symbol. That is where your genes come from. That's where your genetics come from. Check this out. I want to show y'all. So the ancestors were showing me this as my camera tries to readjust. Like, what did you do to me? Right. So the ancestors are always going to provide this information, right? Validation. So if I say these two cards for last because this is my Orisha deck, right? My Orisha. Shango, right? Wow, I feel so much yin and yang energy right now, so much oceanic energy, so much water energy. I've been feeling this water energy for a minute and it still just keeps flowing through. It's so amazing. Like there's such a connection between the feminine and water. Like it's deeper than y'all really know. So deep. I don't know why my camera won't come back in. My camera's pretty mad at me, I guess. But let me see if I'll do it. But let me show you this moon card from the Orisha deck. And I'm going to show you the sun for the deck. And I'm going to explain it to you. Right? Now, right here in this Orisha deck. In this is showing you what astrology is called Black Moon Lilith. That is the feminine sun being swallowed up by Pac-Man, by the fish, by the Catholic Church, right? Who hides this truth. See, this is the truth in plain sight for you. And when you got eyes to see, you see it. See how it look like an eyeball, all that stuff. See, this is what they do to you. And that arc goes around the sun, right? And it comes back. And when it's in certain positions, it gives certain energy. See the egg? See what they've done with all the feminine energy that they harvest from the feminine soul? This is what they harvest from the feminine soul. This is what they do with it. right there. That's it. The feminine soul has been darkened out. That's the black eye. That's the black eye. That's the one eye. That's what they're doing. It's a ha ha ha. So you think it's play if you want to, but ask for the holographic. Shout out to Fleurburn, because she did a video on this. I think it was maybe 5-6 years ago, and it just came up in my memory. So I'm not even gonna say it without giving her shout out, because she's the one that dropped this to humanity, right? But open your mouth and confess that you are ready to see the reality of where you live, and hold true to it. Create that vision of you being able to see behind the veil, because the veil is gone. It is literally gone. But if you still choose to not see, then you can't see. And if you can't see, then you can't be. So, finish this up real quick, because I'm going somewhere with it. Hey! Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hello? I'm on a live. Thank you. Man. So, like I said, I want y'all to do the investigation on this. Go and look it up. Go and see if I'm telling you the truth or not. But go and ask. And you're not asking, look, you're not asking nothing outside of yourself. You're asking your higher self. You're talking to the Most High. You're going into the Most High. You're saying, I'm ready to see the structure of where I live. I'm ready to see the reality of it. And then come back and look at this replay and look at it. You go out and you look at that moon, right? But that's your feminine soul right there that they've been harvesting and using. And that arc in front of it harvested. They tell you that the moon doesn't reflect its own light, because the moon don't. You know why? Because the moon is Eve. And they told you Adam had a first wife, didn't they? Didn't they? What was her name? Lilith, right? Because she wanted to be on top. Sorry, sometimes I have to take minutes and just kind of let energy pass through me before I start talking and saying different things, because I feel the feminine energy so strong, right? And there's just so much that we don't really understand about the true feminine energy, yo. Not the false matrix energy. And see that I can say that, and I know it kind of just seems like metaphoric talk, but it's really not. Like, there's a real world energy to this. There's a real world formation of this, y'all. What I'm trying to say is that if we know that the feminine energy was removed from power, what is the real world formation of this? It's not just that women ain't wanting to be in power and all that. That's not just the real world manifestation of it. There is another manifestation of it. And that is the soul, the one that was run. One was made to rule the day, and one was made to rule the night. She glowed blue. This is why you get blue moons, because they're getting ready to harvest her energy again. This is why she cried out and she said, help me. This is why you came here and you talk about missions. The missions is not about to make the money, because that's Eve. This is why you have to go to sleep. You have to have your evening. You have to have a period of darkness now. That's why this construct is ending. Because it couldn't give rebirth to itself. Oh my God. It couldn't give rebirth to itself because the feminine soul had been removed from its place. It had been darkened or blackened. And in its place was put another. And that is the ark. And they have an ark of the coven. You know, the dark ones. That ark. They are a coven. They have a coven with it. So that's where your controllers are. That's why I say nobody's ever really seen an elite, ever. I promise you, nobody's ever really seen an elite. And if you did, you didn't know it. Because the people that are down here, they fighting and trying to have a pick in order too, because they're like a flock of chickens. They're like a flock of chickens, right? But what was I saying where I wanted to go with this? Because I want to finish this up real quick. The feminine energy, though, back to this, the feminine energy. Before I show you this last Orisha deck card, right? That's really gonna nail this point home to what I'm trying to express to you. So there's this secret connection between can't make this up, y'all. Here there go my bells, there go my rings. Thank you. See, that's the other etheric realms sending me energy. Blink, blink, right on. I receive. I receive. The secret connection between the feminine and water is so deep. It's embedded in our collective consciousness, right? It's even in the letter M. That Aquarius, look at that symbol, right? This is deep. So, in essence, water really represents the feminine principle, a principle that holds the power of creation in it. That's why the waters are hot now, and we're about to go through a whole bunch of swirling and twirling, right? A whole bunch of cleansing. We're about to go through a period. But it will be nurturing and healing. This is that true soul energy coming through, because she's bursting out. This blue moon is about her energy bursting out to all of us, and we're receiving a part of ourselves that we have not had for so long. As I anchor it in right now, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be so beautiful if you can capture and hold on to this frequency that I'm giving you right now. Let this mind that be in me be in you. This frequency that's coming out is basically taking us back to the shadow work, right? Because now we're about to do the real shadow work. We did shadow work, yeah, we aligned and we did everything we had to do. That's why we are here. But there's an aspect of shadow work we ain't even touched yet. That's why we kept having to do it. Y'all know what I mean? Like you integrate a certain thing and then here it comes again. And then you thought you were done with it, then you integrate it again. And then finally, it's like you finally get your foot on it and it's done. And you like that cycle ended. But you still kind of know that in here it's there. You know what I mean? You just kind of dealing with it, or you have anchored the energy in and you've integrated it into your life and you're cool with living at that vibration and frequency. But it still rears its head every now and then. Like we now, and this is deep. This is what we're coming here for. When I'm talking about mama, the connection with water, all of this, right? And I'll go deeper into another video with this later, because this work, I'm not done with it yet, because I keep feeling it so emotionally, right? But the devil, DEVIL, is your energy that you have lived out. I'm gonna say that again. The devil stands for lived, backwards is lived. And it is the energy that you have lived out. See, this movie that we live in, you know, there's a book, Dante's Inferno, but there's the Divine Comedy. And it's so comedic because we live in a house of mirrors. We live in a house of reflections and projections. This is what human design is even talking about. Y'all go look up human design, because I'm telling you, I'm a manifesting generator. So I'm about getting it done. Let's get her done, right? But your lived energy, or the energy that you lived out, that a lot of people like to call karma, that is not karma. Your lived energy is not karma. That's your baggage. That's your shadow energy. That's what anchors you in to the lower vibrations and frequencies, and to the phantom matrix. But I ain't gonna go there right now, because that's a split off of energy. But when you realize that the devil that pesters you, the devil that's on your shoulder, the devil that always got something to say within you, is your lived energy that's cycling within your cells, that is begging to be released. As it is within, so it is without. It's not the karmic energy, it is your baggage. It is the things that you have in your Akashic records, but you don't have like this conscious access to it, to where you could work through it, because your memory's been swiped, because you went through the recycling bin, the reincarnation process, right? The potter's wheel, right? So are you the transmuter, or are you being transmuted? Because if you are transmuting, that means that you have told the lower frequencies goodbye, and you're able to now stand on those lower frequencies and reach to the higher. Because as the vine is allowing this fourth dimensional plasmic energy. See, they'll never talk about the fourth dimension, dude. They'll never. They be telling y'all, hey, we're going to the fifth. Ooh, what happened to the fourth? What is it? No, it's the mind, right? And you connect through, to and through your plasma, which is the fourth density of water. So here's what I'm trying to get to. The shadow work we're doing now, y'all, is about the energy we have lived. See, your demons only live through you. I'm going to say that again. Your demons only live through you. They are your demonstrations. Demon stands for demonstrations, or acting out of what? Acting out. Acting out of what? Acting out of character. See, the potter's wheel is about creating and keeping the cycle going, because it is a circle. It's the circle of life, right? The programming. They keep programming us with this, right? The Ark of the Covenant is a covenant that has been made to make sure that your vine, or your ark, the way that you are receiving, the way that this energy moves around the firmament, all of that is aspected and angled information. This is why we talk about sacred geometry, because this is the way that the frequency, quote unquote, bounces off of the structures and gives us the holographic structures that we actually see, and it slows them down to make what we call solid. So like I said, time is your construct. Time is your construct. Go watch that movie, y'all. Out of time, right? Go watch Elysium. It'll show you exactly what I'm saying. What the arc is. Now, with all that being said, the soul, the feminine soul, is getting ready to burst out. The masculine soul has been crying for his feminine, yo. He's been begging for her. He's been looking for her through generations, looking everywhere. You know, it was weird. Oh man, that song. Yes. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Right? Mm. See, now Venus is rising. Before I show y'all this card, we're going to see this and I'm going to get up out of here, right? Venus is rising. And in this rising right now, the consciousness of it, as we're anchoring in this consciousness to finish this out, as we're anchoring in this new consciousness that's coming through, because they call it the morning star, right? Because it is personified by Persephone. Remember, she had to go in the underworld for 6 months and then come back out, right? So now Venus is the morning star. So the thing is this: our feminine energy has went into the underworld, and now she's coming back with the full shadow, and it's being illuminated because she's in retrograde. So the things of the past, all of this dark energy that's been siphoned, that actually right in front of our eyes is being displayed, but it's a holographic matrix. And you have to really, really ask for your eyes to be open, for the shells to fall off of your eyes. Like, y'all think it was a joke when they put in there for the Christ, when they say, when they go to him, he says, you're blind. He wasn't blind, like I couldn't see. No, spiritually you're blind because you can't see, because you don't see through your eye. Because when your eye is single, only then, when your eye is single, can you then see to remove the beam out of another's eye. One of my favorite, just one of my favorites. See, and Lady Spellbreaker sent me that too. Like, she sent me some amazing stuff that I'm telling you, like, yeah. She showed me, sent me the thing with cancer. That she said, oh my gosh, Brother Deke, you were right in your update yesterday. She said, because cancer just retrograded back and the waters broke. Yeah, the etheric waters broke. Like, I'm telling you, this true divine feminine energy, the vine of truth, is coming in. And if you thirsty, you're finna get the drink. That blue, they call it a blue moon. They're like, yeah, it's a blue moon finna happen. That's mama's energy that's about to emanate out. That's why when you see this realm, you see it blue. Even when the sun ain't there. Because the sun is like a spotlight, right? The soul, right? It's like a spotlight. It's right there. But his feminine is gone. Her last emanations of light she's about to give us. That's why this matrix is done. Because she cried out. And the surrounding energies tried. But if y'all understand what's going on right now, that's why this matrix is dying out. Because it can no longer regenerate itself, because the feminine energy, she gone. She's not going to go into the underworld and have to regenerate herself. So this is why we even talk about a need for a new earth. Other than that, why are we talking about a new earth? This earth looks fine. All we need to do is just go kick a little ass and take back all our stuff, and then we should be good, right? We good to go. Because the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, right? here and here. But it's not just that simple. This is why in Revelations it talk about she ran into the wilderness and she hid from him that sought the life of her child, because she's being reborn through herself. And that damn monarch, did y'all hear what I said? The monarchy, for all my people in the UK, y'all know what I'm talking about. The monarch programming, the moon arc, y'all, the monarchy. Like, damn, seriously. So we get a real emanation of light right now that's about to come burst forth on this from the Leo full moon, right? When we got that energy, you know, that gateway, that portal. And I'm out of the names, right? I'm done with the names. Like, just understand the consciousness coming through, right? The consciousness coming through right now from the last little portal we had, right? With this heart-based 5 energy of wisdom and change. We're able to now anchor this in through the full moon. It's going to be birth and realizing us, and now we can anchor this part of ourselves that has been lost for eons, because we were never able to get it back. And this is why we feel such a loss sometimes. I'm telling you, like, I've as an imp, I was like, man, what is that? But that's why we finna get this X marks the spot, because he's throwing his gauntlet down too. He's having to do the work for her and him. See, that's why we've had so many unbalanced relationships, because our consciousness have been unbalanced. No, we're supposed to be in two. Like, if you look at it, what does Genesis say? The 10 Commandments: honor thy father and thy mother, so that thy days may be long upon the earth. Honor your father and your mother. How have you been honoring your mother when your mother was taken away? When your mother was kidnapped? Look at the story of Abraham and Sarah Balaam. There's a reason why you only use 10% of your brain. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, to nail all this home, right? If you're the transmuter, you understand that the devil is you, because it's your lived energy. See, you live in this loop. You lived in this loop, and you went forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. See my hand glitching? See my hand glitching? You went forwards and backwards doing the same shit every day. Groundhog Day. Just on different timelines and different structures, because your soul energy was strung out like a string on a harp, and it was played. And just like a badass relationship with a person that you're trying to get rid of, but oh, they know how to touch you and love you just right. So you allow it to persist, just like that. You've been played. So now it's time to get all of your pieces to your puzzle, pull it back. So when it's time to bounce, you know where you bouncing to, because it's a game, right? It's all about which way the ball bounces, right? Because sports are like life, and you never know what you're gonna get. Who can call it? Well, we're all winners in the end, and most parents are like, no, we ain't. What are you talking about? Did everybody get a trophy culture? Everybody knew that wasn't reality, didn't they? Those were timeline switches, conscious timeline switches. Why? Because the strings of time that hold this construct together are falling apart. They have fallen apart. Like I said, this matrix is done. It's dead. This is why we talk about a new earth. Other than that, we would not be talking about it because we're on it now. We're being projected into it now. But we've been given eyes to see and ears to hear what this construct is. And we were meant to know. We were always meant to know. But there had to be one sent that held the message for the mess age, for this messy ass age. They got a whole bunch of confusion in it. So now the messengers are arising. So those of y'all with words to say, keep saying them. Keep speaking. Cream rises to the top. The most high vibration is bringing us all up. It's just a shaking, right? A threshing floor. It's bringing us up. So don't be scared of your moment, because this is your time to shine. Because as you get this emanation of light back from the divine soul, that energy that connected with this whole etheric tree. Feel what I'm saying right now? The ethers, the different creations. We in the third dividing of that. Dimensions, dividing of men's ions. Dimensions. You diamonds reflecting. So allow it to happen. Allow your vibration to flow. Now I'm gonna give y'all this, and I'm up out of here. I'm up out of here. Now, see what the ancestors did? Look at that. How many suns you see? You see the central sun? Yep, right there. I ain't gonna even go into where that one's at. So we ain't gonna even do that discussion right now. But what do you see right there? You see that balance? I thought that was an Ankh, or maybe it's a nun. See all of the symbology they give you? And we know it's the masculine and feminine principle, don't we? Then why they give you two suns, one that's shining and projecting, and one that looks like it's a hole that it's receiving? Do y'all see that? See the triangle now? The tetrahedron, because it's not really a triangle. That's just actually the end of it. The rest of it is buried. But there go your central sun, and there go your feminine and masculine souls right there. And it's in balance, Libra, because when I bring it up, you see the balance, Libra. Telling y'all, this is what we've been preparing for. We've been leaving that toxic feminine energy that we've been calling toxic masculine energy. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. We're leaving toxic feminine energy that we've been calling toxic masculine energy. Because who raised those masculines? Who raised them? Who taught them what they know? Who told them that it was okay to treat his girlfriend like that? I mean, y'all gotta understand. I talk to masters all the time. Some of the stories that I get to hear, man. Some of the things that mamas let some of these men I talk to get away with. Holy goodness. Mamas, remember, this a PSA. It's a PSA. Man, remember, please. We gonna be husbands. We gonna We're going to be fathers. So if you mad at my daddy, guess what? Make me a better man. Put your real soul into me, not your hurt. Give me your joy, not your anguish. And not in that sick ass way that they are making these little boys my king and they running the house. Yeah. Y'all know better than that. Yeah. And I know that none of us are doing that. So I ain't saying that to y'all, but y'all know I'm talking about. Y'all seen that. That's toxic at its worst. It's toxic at its worst. But it's like we all need, like, I love that freestyle aspirations. Yes, right there. With a building each other. This is where we at. That's why I say we gotta start building communities, man. We better start understanding the time we in. The time we in. We supposed to be building communities right now. So I'm saying, yeah, it's done in steps. It is done in steps. It's not done overnight. It don't work that way. We know that. But understand what I'm saying. We are supposed to be holding the consciousness right now for that. In other words, we have been given this gift of the present moment. And like I told you guys, with Venus rising right now into this moment, bringing back all of our old shadow stuff that we haven't even done, that we thought we did, right? But this is the final time. It's death to it now. Because once we do that, we out the trap. We out the trap. We ain't got to worry about getting caught up in the trap no more. So this is where we at. This is where we at. So I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. I was supposed to only be on for a minute, but y'all know how I am once I get started, you know. But like I said, I really want y'all to really start to open your eye and see and allow that holographic technology that they've been using against you to go away. See, there's a reason for everything. Like even my camera right now being fuzzy. Like even on the last live I was trying to use it, it worked perfect until I get into this situation because the energy is high frequency. So understand, stand with this inwardly. That the energy that's coming at you right now is charging you. It's time for you to take the charge. Because when I say that, I'm speaking of energy. When you know what you're doing, no one can knock you off your purpose. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh, baby, how sweet it is to be loved by you. It's been up there the whole time. I got so many pictures. I'm gonna post them on community. I'm gonna post them in my community so y'all can see exactly what I'm saying. Why they put that there. Why they have the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, it was electrical too in the tetrahedron, but understand you live in this place, not Terra. Told y'all it's not Terra. Y'all heard of Turk? Now, I ain't gonna go there because I'll be on here a whole nother hour. I'll be on here a whole nother hour because once I get started, I just can't stop. Just can't stop because we gonna rock out till the lights go out. Till the lights go out. Y'all know what I'm saying? Till the lights go out. All right, man. I'm up out of here. Hey, I love y'all. Live in harmony and bliss. Enjoy this time. Like I said, get y'all some good fasting in, some good dry fasting. Allow the body to really ground in, really imagine. Imagine. In that word M is I am a. Take those same words, I am Jenning. I am Jenning. To imagine means I am Jenning or I am beginning. What are you beginning? Are you the transmuter or are you being transmuted? It's your choice. Love you guys. Live in harmony and bliss.